Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another night of On the Pole. I am your host, Adam Fligger, and tonight we're watching the Extreme Truck Series at Atlanta. Not sure why I can't get that to disappear there. Okay, now that's disappearing. We are currently watching qualifying. Currently, this is the 21 of Brandon Cox coming around Atlanta. It looks like he's going to put down a pretty decent lap time. Let me get up some tower here so we can kind of see a little bit of what we have going on for our qualifying. As we see, Karikoff has a 32.17. That is Matthew Karikoff in first with a 32.17. His brother Brett Karikoff is in second with a 32.21. Give me one quick moment as we finish as we're still counting down through qualifying here. I'm gonna try to get the some links handled here over so you guys watching the stream can have links to share. Currently looking at the 78 of Randy Schweitzer as he's making his laps around the track for his qualifying. Sorry, I gotta jump back in here real fast. I don't have my cameras completely set right for some reason. That's because there is no cameras. We'll be dealing with stock cameras tonight here at Atlanta. Again, this is Randy Schweitzer there in the 78 truck. Sorry for the background noise that I got going on right at the moment. Thank you for the chair there, Randy Lapidus. Again, we're watching the ending of qualifying here, I think. I'm seeing that we have about 17 trucks here this evening. The Karikoffs have once again set themselves on the pole. Wonder if Brett will come again and get another win this week, or if Matthew's going to have something to say about it. It'll be interesting to see how the brothers battle it out this evening. I think she is. I don't know. I'd love to know. Alrighty, so it looks like we're just waiting on a couple more here to qualify, possibly. All right, looks like we got about 9 minutes and 40 seconds here left in qualifying. Thank you, Michael Newton, for the share. Or the subscription, I'm sorry, for the subscription. My eyes can't read well, so thank you for that. I want to thank Extreme Truck Series for letting me be a part of their league and to be part of the production and broadcast for it. Really enjoy it. Really and enjoy helping them guys out, bring it to you. All right, what do we got here? Again, this is Fleeger Farm TV on the poll. I want to give a shout out to Admin Box. They are a great company. I think there might be a link in my... No, there might not be. But Admin Box, they are a great box for those looking to get into race control a little bit. Definitely helps out. My box isn't turning on at the moment for some reason, but I don't need it. Looks like we're going into warm-ups. So as we start warm-ups, I'd like to give thanks to everybody. And obviously, we got Veterans Day tomorrow, so let's please represent the flag.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
The only thing worse than being stuck at home is being stuck at home without coffee. We can't let that happen. Browse our selection and order online. From sweet to tangy, hot or iced, we have something for you. White King Coffee, because every cup makes a difference. Cheers.
Welcome back. We are back here during warm-ups. Got about 7.5 minutes left of warm-ups. Looks like we have Matthew Carrick on track, making a few laps. In that 00 Camp Light. Don't see his brother turn any laps yet. In behind him looks to be the 37 of Barney Sigmund. He's driving a veteran's style paint job. If I can zoom in on that. All right, so we have Mark Brewster. I'm getting told wants to talk about. Okay, we need to turn the mic up a little bit. All right, I can definitely do that. Here, let's. How's that? That a little better? Maybe I need to turn this up over here. Over here. Is that better? Hopefully you can hear me a little better now. I can try to get a little bit more out of it if I need to. Just trying to balance my voice with a little bit of background noise that might be catching on. So I'm just trying to give the clearest possible thing. So I'm seeing here that we might have somebody that might want to talk about their truck and see if I can find them anywhere while we're doing warm-ups. Mark Brewster. I'm not seeing a Mark Brewster. Oh, there. So as we look here at that scheme, I understand he wants to say a few words. So we'll see if we can find him and see if we can make some radio contact with him. Mark, you got a copy on me? This is Adam Fligger in the booth. You there, Mark? Yeah, I don't hear you.
They're trying to talk to you.
What?
They're trying to talk to you in the booth.
It's Mark.
Hey, Mark, it's Adam Fligger in the booth. You, understand you wanted to say a little bit about your paint scheme you're running this evening.
Well, yep, I've got a hold of him. You got me there, Fligger?
I got you loud and clear.
Running the Hula paint scheme tonight, helping out our American heroes. It's a nonprofit that's run by a ranger buddy of mine, and it's to help guys with PTSD. It takes them on a free trip down to Florida for a week, and works on the PTSD, and then Victory for 22, which is now down to Victory for like 17.5.
Okay, well, that sounds great. That's a great scheme to be running this evening, especially with Veterans Day being tomorrow.
Yep, happy Veterans Day to all the guys out there, and today, happy birthday to all my jarhead buddies.
Alrighty. Well, if you have any more words to say about it, or we'll get back to watching some of these other drivers finish out warm-ups here as we get ready for a great race this evening. Well, that was Mark Brewster there in the 22 truck. He's driving for a nonprofit this evening. Wonderful organization, as I hear. I think he said it's Victory for 22. That's now Victory for 17.5 or something like that. So, I also want to shout out to all the veterans and stuff that are out there, as Veterans Day is tomorrow. As I said, I think the 37 of Barney Sigmund is also running a veterans machine. Who's that on the outside there? Looks like the 57. We'll see if we can get a close-up of that. Or 51, I'm sorry, 51. Good looking Toyota there. As we still got about 2 minutes of warm-ups left to go. A big pile out there in warm-up. Hopefully we'll keep it a little cleaner through the race, but we'll have to see. There's the 37. Alrighty, we'll get to that here in about a minute or so. I'm getting more news about some other drivers that have pretty cool things on their paint schemes for tonight. That's pretty cool. We'll definitely see if we can get that driver to talk a little bit here in the booth. We'll see if we can get Dave Stinson in here. I'm not sure. He's not in. Yeah, he is. Okay, we're going to see if we can get Dave Stinson here in the booth. Moment. Talk about his scheme. I was hoping to get his truck on stream as we talk to him, but we'll definitely be making our rounds through the trucks this evening. Dave Stinson, this is Adam Flieger in the booth. I understand you got a pretty cool paint scheme for running for tonight.
Oh, thank you very much.
Do you want to give any insight of what your scheme is this evening?
Yeah, my paint scheme is the Lest We Forget, which is the Canadian we call it Remembrance Day. So I have my poppies on there, and then I've got my two uncles on either side. My Uncle George and my Uncle Joe. We're both in invasion of D-Day. So yeah, so I just thought I'd do that to honor them. And yeah, and the things on the side, the soldiers on the side, those are from World War I. Actually, those are the soldiers leaving the field. So, yeah, so that's my theme there.
That's pretty cool. We'll definitely be sure to try to show it off a little bit tonight in the stream as we're getting ready to go racing, it looks like.
All right, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us here, and look forward to, and good luck tonight. All right, so as we see here, our starting lineup is going to have the Karakoffs 1 and 2. Matthew, we're told Brett there in second. Then we have Brandon Cox in third. Dave Molman in fourth. Randy Schweitzer in fifth. Ian Ogden will start sixth. Seventh is going to be the 72 Stephen Windebank. In eighth will be the 93. It's Dave Stinson. In ninth is going to be the 69 of Todd Danbury. 10th is the 17 of Buffalo Bill Charmat. Eddie Cox in the number 51 will start 11th. 12th is going to be Randy Lapidus in the number 4. Barney Sigmund's going to come out in 13th in the 37.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
My thing just got goofed up here. Looks like 14th is going to be, okay, not sure what's going on here. Not exactly sure what happened here. As there's the two Karakoff trucks out there on the front row. The 00 on the inside, 57 on the outside. Both are painted up for the Camp Light. Another great organization. I'm hoping they do again well tonight. Okay, we're gonna have a delayed start here from what I'm understanding from race control, trying to get a couple more drivers in. If anybody has a story that they want to share about their scheme tonight while on stream, please let us know, and we will definitely get the stories heard, as this is our Veterans Day type of thing this evening. So, please, if there are special stories out there, we'd love to hear them. .37 of Barney Sigmund. I wonder if he's hiding out anywhere. No, Barney Sigmund is not hiding out anywhere that I can see. So I do not have a way of getting a hold of him. I do believe, though, that is a veteran scheme. If somebody wants to confirm that, that'd be great. But I'm looking at it. It looks like it is veteran style. I don't have my camera that I'd love to be able to zoom in on that truck, as I don't have the camera pack for this track. Ian Ogden in the number 24. .11 is who he's got on the sides of that truck. We'll see if we can pull him into the broadcast booth here. Ian Ogden, you got a copy of me. This is Adam Fligger in the booth.
Hey, how's it going, bud?
Not bad. I understand you want to say a few words about your truck or something.
Yeah. So just highlight my sponsors here. We've got 1111 Veteran Project on board. They are a veteran organization that assists nonprofits and veteran entrepreneurs and businesses in getting the resources that they need and access to those resources because they believe that access saves lives. So on this Veteran Day, or tomorrow's Veterans Day, but I'm a veteran myself. I support the 1111 Veteran Project, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me.
Well, no problem. And thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that was Ian Ogden in the number 24, telling us a little bit about that 1111 project that's on his truck. I know there's a bunch of great veteran organizations out there that help the veterans. I know one of the great ones is Mission 22. I've heard a lot of. I'm getting word that on the back of the Karakoff trucks, we have veteran Ray Karakoff on the back of the trucks. They're thanking their granddad for his service. That is great to hear. We'll give him a shout out here as well. Thank you to all the servicemen and women that definitely keep us safe here on our homeland. I have veterans in my family as well, so definitely hits home a little bit. I have a uncle. I have two uncles that served in the Marines. I've had great uncles that have served in Army National Guard, in the Army, and other places as well. So definitely have a string full of veterans. Even if I go back to my history book, I can find some that have fought in the Revolutionary War clear up through the Civil War. So it's kind of interesting to see all the veterans out there, and I want to thank them all for their service. Getting ready to go green. Green flag is out. They are on their way. Brett Karakoff, they're on the outside. Yeah, Brett Karakoff on the outside. Staying pretty even with Matthew there on the inside. Looks like the 001 of David Mulman there in third at the moment. Randy Cox there in fourth. But out front, it is the Karakoff brothers, 1 and 2, fighting for them positions. But the 21 there, Brandon Cox looking in as are coming around to complete lap 1. Might have a blinker back there about mid-pack, but not completely sure. Hopefully that will straighten out so we don't have too big of an issue. But up front, we got about a 5-truck pack with the Karakoffs, Ogden, Mulman, and Cox being the 5 trucks. Small gap, then you go into the 6th spot there with the 72 Trans Am painted machine with the Band 1 on the back. Smokey and the Bandit kind of scheme there. Good movie. I have understood that John Schneider made a variation of it. I have not been able to watch that yet myself. But up front, we still have the Karakoff 1 and 2 battling back and forth. There's the 24 of Ian Ogden on the outside, coming around complete in lap 4. These laps are flying by pretty quickly here this evening, as we're already on lap 4. Side by side up front, 21 there in 5th. Who's going to get the better push here as we keep going? Look, we got Brett Karakoff there on the outside, currently pushed ahead slightly, but Matthews coming back on the inside. Not sure which lane is going to prevail here this evening, as we definitely got 2 very strong trucks there on the front row, followed up by a Toyota on the outside. And I'm trying to see what is on the inside there. 001, that would be a Chevy there on the inside. Now we got the 2 Fords up front, and then we got a Chevy Toyota in the 2nd row, 2 Chevys in the 3rd row. So Fords are out front. If you're a Ford fan, definitely cheer them Fords on. It was a Ford that won last week. Not sure what won the week before that when I was here. Definitely enjoy putting the show on for you, everyone here. Hope everybody's enjoying it. Been clean so far. I don't want to put the old commentator curse on it, but all looking real good as we look back through the pack here. But I don't like counting any drivers out, as looks like the 31 is up into the wall. Not sure what's going on with him as he comes back down off of the wall. Not sure exactly what happened to that truck there. As we're coming across the complete lap 6, he seems to be just a slightly off pace. Back up front, though, it is the Karakoff brothers. Great looking machines there. Coming down the backstretch. I'm sure Brett's hoping to try to pull ahead of his brother, Matt, to try to get back down on that inside groove. Just has not been able to get the momentum to clear him. Want to definitely give a shout out to them two trucks here on the outside, as they are definitely keeping it close. Even though the strings down there on the bottom side, that Toyota is definitely helping keep that Ford up front, as Matthew gets a little loose and is around.
The yellow flag
Back
is
up
out.
onto the track. Not what we wanted to see from our pole sitter and such a strong contender. See if we can get a different angle of this. As we see here, Brett got a little loose. And then just gets a bad bump from the 001 from behind. He ends up down here into the inside wall. Truck scattering a little bit. Ends up back up on track. Tags. I think that was the, not sure. I think that was the 93 he tagged there as he come back up onto the track. Unfortunate break there for the 00. Not sure if he'll get back on track, though, before we go green again. There you see on the deck lid, as Matthew brings it down on the pit road. On the deck lid of that truck is the veteran awareness there on the 51 there, or 57, I'm sorry, of the 57 of Karakoff. I think I heard that it's on the 00 as well, on the deck lid there. I was wondering when they said on the back of the truck, I was trying to figure out where it was, but it's on the deck lid for those two drivers. Thanking their grandpa for his service. Out front now, with a little bit of a shakeup, we have Ian Ogden out front with Steven winding back there in second. He'll start to the outside of the 24 in that number 72. David Mulman there in third in that 001. Thinking he might have just a tad bit of front end damage if I can just get a better shot of the front of that truck. Not sure if he's got front end damage or not, but we'll see if we can see it as it comes by here. Don't look too terrible. Well, see if we can get... Yeah, I don't see him in here either. I can see on the side of that truck there's Pearl Harbor, something on the side of that truck. And it said Veterans Day on the rear. If he was in the Discord, I'd definitely be bringing him in to ask him about that truck. That is the number 001 of David Mulman. But unfortunately, I don't see him in chat anywhere. Not sure if Race Control has any stories on it or not. We'll see if we can jump up there and find out. Michael Newton, you got me this down figure in the booth. You got a copy?
And what's up, Lee?
Not much. I'm just curious if you have any stories on these trucks that I might not be able to get from some of the drivers. I noticed David Mulman's truck has Pearl Harbor on the side and it says Veterans Day across the back. Do you know any stories behind that scheme tonight?
See, David Moolman. Let's take a look at his truck. I know a couple of these drivers. A lot of these guys in the field are veterans themselves. From race chatter, they're talking and stuff. So, a lot of these guys are running paint schemes from when they served or their brothers and sisters from their respective divisions. A lot of cool paint schemes tonight. Also, I know a couple of these guys, like Dave and a couple other the guys are Canadian. So I know they were saying up in Canada it's called Remembrance Day.
Yes.
So they're celebrating their Canadian armies and stuff up there as well. So, but yeah, pretty cool to have both Canadian and American mixed in the field tonight, and everybody
Green.
celebrating our heroes out there.
Well, looks like we are back green again as we get underway. Well, thank you for your information there. As we get back underway here, I'm going to let you go and get back to your race control.
Not a problem. I will. I'll shout out to David, and I'll see what he has going on. Any more info, and I'll definitely let you know any more info I get on his truck.
Alrighty, sounds good. Looks like we got a good strong run from the outside there of the 22. Where'd my stuff go here? There it is. All right, looks like we got a good strong run there on the 22 machine. We did hear from him at the beginning of the stream. He's running for victory of 22, or victory for 22, I think is what it is, if I can remember correctly. And I think he says now it's like victory for 17 and a half or something. But he's making a good run there. And we got the 37 of Barney Sinman there in right behind him. Looks like two veteran paint schemes there on the outside row. Trying to make a run for the lead here at Atlanta. '21 there on the inside. There's the 93. Lest we forget, that is another beautiful, that is the 93 of Dave Stinson. We heard all about his scheme there. He's got his uncles represented on either side of the truck. Beautiful looking scheme, really well done there. Definitely enjoy giving a shout out to the veterans and all those that serve. Definitely holds a passion to me. As we go into, well, is that turn 3? I think it is. Thinking that was turn 3. It was, because we're coming off turn 4 now, coming into the triangle. Yeah. With the 24, Ian Ogden out front. Brandon Cox there in second. Dave Stinson there in third. Nope, Brett Cox is coming back on the bottom side. Let's see if we can get a look back here. Matthew Karikoff is a lap down. Has nobody with him. Unfortunate break for him. Let's see if we can get back into it. As we're on lap 16, going to be 17 out of 60. Brett Karikoff there in fourth, fighting for that third position underneath of Dave Stinson. Brandon Cox there in second in that number 21. The 24 of Ian Ogden out front. The 93 is still up top without any help. Looks like the 22 is going to try to get up to that back bumper to give him a little help to move him forward some. That is Mark Brewster in the 22. Not caring for these camera views too much, I will say. I don't know who the cameraman is, but he needs to figure out his camera views for the next race. Alright, so out front we still got the 24 Ian Ogden out front. Side by side, it's still a great battle going on for that fourth position between Brett Karikoff and the 93 of Dave Stinson. 22 now on the inside. Not quite sure where he's wanting to go. Going 3 wide here through the tri-oval to try to get position there. That is now for second position. Hold it steady, boys. As 93 is going to slide back in behind the 21, it looks like that's going to bring them together. That's going to give the 93 a little bit of drafting help that he was looking for there on the top side. Giving a great run there. Brett Karakoff there on the inside, still battling with the 93. Great battling up front. As we come through the trioval, there is on the outside of 21 and the 93. A little far back is the 51 of Eddie Cox. Inside lane has kind of broke up a little bit as the 24 is blinking. I lost the 21. Or no, who did I lose? The 24. I'm losing the 24 on screen. I don't know if Race Control's keeping an eye on that or not, as I'm noticing the 24 blinking in and out. On the top side, it's still Brandon Cox and Dave Steinson there on the outside. Ian Ogden and Brett Karakoff there on the inside. As every lost Ian Ogden, Ian Ogden again. Not sure what's going on with that rig. Looking back in the pack now, looks like we got the 72 is who we're looking at. In front of him, the 51 and the 22. Great battling up front. Now we got a 6-car pack up here at the 6-truck pack here up at the front. Everybody battling for position. Dave Steinson still fighting on that outside groove. Staying up higher than what the 21 is. Looks like we got 2 Toyotas and 2 Fords up front. Not sure where the Chevys ended up as the top 5. In the top 5, there's 3 Toyotas and 2 Fords. Not sure where the Chevys are. There, the Chevy looks like it's creeping into the top 5 now. As the 93 jumps to the inside. Back to the outside. The 24 of Ian Ogden is still bouncing in and out. No, I've definitely lost. I'm not sure where he went. There he is. He's back out front again. I had him lost for a moment. As you got the 57 there of Brett Karakoff. The 93 of Dave Steinson is still trying to figure out which truck it is better to draft behind. As we're coming down the front stretch. Looks like that inside lane has just a little bit more momentum to try to pull slightly ahead. We're on lap 25 of 60. Brandon Cox out front. In that, Brandon Cox there on the outside. In that number 21, Ian Ogden still out front. That 24 has led quite a few laps here, but Brett Karakoff is still in position to make a move as the laps are winding down through here this evening. We're not quite to halfway yet. That 72 of Stephen Windemek is creeping in there. He's your first Chevy of the field. Not sure who everybody's favorite truck manufacturer is. I know mine, it leans towards Ford, but secondary to Ford is Toyota, unfortunately. Not much of a Chevy man unless you're talking the old 70s, 80s trucks. Even going into the 90s. Those were good Chevys. Linked up good there on the outside of the 93 and 21. The 93 was able to give the 21 quite a good push there coming into the corner. Backed off some so not to get him loose coming through the corner. Now we'll see if he gets back up here to the bumper. He's actually looking to the outside now of the 21. Thinks secondary of it. Back to the, pulls in back behind him. Brett Karakoff still just kind of feeling things out there in third or fourth position as they get a great run down the backstretch going into corner 3. That'll shove the 21 of Brandon Cox to the lead. The 93 is now all by his lonesome out there on the outside. He's going to have to try to side draft to stay with them trucks up front. He's going to drop back down to the inside, I think. Everybody going to go single file up here out the front. Is that how the whole pack is? They're pretty much just single file the whole way back for the moment. Nobody's really put too much moves anywhere. There goes Brett Carrick up to the outside thinking about it. The 24 slows up. Looks like he's going to pit lane. Yes, Ian Ogden definitely went into the pits. That'll relinquish second place over to Brett Carrick. Third over to Dave Steinson in that 93, who's making a great run there all by his lonesome on the outside. Barely any help. He must be seeing where that side draft is, where it's working for him. Not sure if he'll get any helpers there on the outside or not, as everybody looks to be using that inside lane at the moment. Not too many takers on that outside lane, but got to give Dave credit. He's making it work. Brett Carrick there on the inside, battling hard against that 93 Ford of Dave Steinson. He pulls it back in line into third position. Yeah, we're at 32 out of 60, so we have reached over halfway now in this Extreme Truck Series event here at Atlanta. 93 is going to try to get that truck up there on the podium tonight. I have a feeling he has a good shot at it. Them Carrick brothers, though, I never count them out. Even though Matthew Carrick is currently a lap down, if he can get around Ian Ogden there, I think he'd be contention for the lucky dog. I'm not sure where they're at on track with each other. We got a Go 57. That would be for Brett Carrick there in our YouTube chat. We're also live on YouTube. Hopefully next week we have the Twitch also going so people can watch us on Twitch. I got it halfway there. I just got to finish up getting it ready. I was a little late getting going. Otherwise, I might have tried getting it up tonight. But unfortunately, as you saw, I was late getting into the booth this evening. So we jumped in during qualifying instead of practice. Still want to give these guys a great show this evening. They're definitely putting on a show up front. There are a couple drivers trying that higher line, seeing if they can get it to work for them farther back in the pack. As the first three trucks are definitely battling hard here with 26 laps to go. Dave Steinson's there. I'm not sure it's that. Is it Steinson or Stinson? It might be Stinson. Is going to be there in third. Looks like he's not going to completely feel comfortable unless he can try to make a run at some point. Randy Lapidus says he had computer issues and was unable to get in this evening. That is unfortunate. I know how that can go. We can chalk that up as like a blow motor issue or something. That is just some of the things with the iRacing virtual world. Unlike drivers in the real world where they can have mechanical issues, we could have electronical issues where PCs don't cooperate or wheels disconnect or well, I guess real life they can have wheels disconnect also, just in a different fashion. If it disconnects for us, we don't have quite the near of an issue that a IRL driver does. Out front, though, it's still the 21 of Brandon Cox, the 57 of Brett Carrick up there in second. Got battle going on for a third, as looks like Dave is going to try the outside once again and ends up giving up that inside to the 51 of Eddie Cox. Coming through the triangle, Eddie gets into the side of him, come back down the track. down onto the apron, back up again. As Dave gives him all the room he needs on the inside. Unfortunately, relinquishes a few spots. There you can see the side kind of rubbed up a little bit. Trading paint. Got the 22 of Mark Brewster there. There's the 93 looks like the 93 is going to go into the pits. Out front, though, we still have Brett Karakop. Not sure what pit strategy shows. We'll go ahead and take a look at it, see where everybody stacks up with pit strategy. As it looks like I'm not sure exactly how to read the whole thing, but there you kind of see where they stack up on the pits. So it looks like they might be able to go the rest of the way. Well, spoke too soon as
The
we
yellow
see
flag is out.
a yellow flag out now. Not sure what happened. It looks like the 21 went down on the apron to possibly come into the pits and then get tagged. So we'll see what we have going on here. Not sure exactly what happened. We'll take a look here as the 21 looks like he's slowing up. That's the 51 that gets spun. They come down the apron. 51 gets hooked around the other way, and unfortunately looks like he ends up into, I don't know if they're teammates or not, but they definitely look like they are. 21 and 51 there. They are teammates. That is Eddie Cox sliding into Brandon Cox. Unfortunate that the way that happened. Looks like the 72 just could not get checked up in time and ends up getting into the back of the 51, sending them both down to the apron, collecting the 21 who was just trying to make his way into the pits. As he's now going to come back up on track and come back around, as I think that'll, when a caution flag comes out, it closes the pits. EOL given to the 72, so that'll put the 72 in the rear. That'll relinquish the lead once again to Brett Karakop. Another late race caution could possibly help Brett out. Not sure if we have any lucky dog rolls or not, as Matthew Karakop looks to be in position. Well, no, he could be in position there for the waiver round. We will just have to wait and see when we get the one to go signal. If he does indeed get waved around. That is Brett there, your leader. So he's currently sitting in front. Not sure why the 93 is held up where he is. Because I don't show Dave a lap down. I got two trucks in front of the leader, so one of them two is the lucky dog. I'm not sure exactly which one, though. Because I'm showing Dave on the lead lap, so that's kind of confusing me. As they're coming through the tri-oval there here at Atlanta. Not sure who got the lucky dog. As now I'm showing Dave a lap down. The math, or no, he's okay. Huh. We'll have to wait and see how this all sorts itself out as we get ready to go green. As lights are out on the pace truck, they'll be going green this time. Randy Schweitzer there in the 78. Well, your leader right now is the, no, that's premature putting him as winner. But that is your leader, Brett Karakop, in that 57 Camp Light machine. And behind him will be
Green flag,
Buffalo
green
Bill.
flag.
Green flag is out. We are underway. Brett gets a good jump there on the start. Hope you guys are hearing the race okay. I don't know if you are or not. We come out of turn 3, or turn 2, coming towards the backstretch. 22 has a great run there on the outside. Not sure if he's got some fresher tires than what Brett does or not, but he's making a great run there on the outside. Brett Karikoff now dropped back to second for the momentarily. Not sure where he's at on fuel, so that'll be interesting to see. Looks like I have 4 trucks a lap down. Barney Sigmund's in the pits. And Barney Sigmund's going to join them a lap down. Brett Karikoff out front once again as the 22 looks like he went to the outside. Not sure exactly what happened there as they're coming through the trio. 3 wide. Not sure exactly what happened to the 22 there. And he all of a sudden just left up and relinquished the front up over to Brett Karikoff. We've got the 93 is not shown on my scoreboard. That's weird. He was. There he is. He's back in 10th position, so I don't know what's going on with the iRacing scoring. And it's showing Dave Stinson back in 10th, but he's up here behind the leaders. So I'm not exactly sure. I'm showing him a lap down, that's why. Okay. No. Okay. He's a lap down to the leader, so that's interesting. And he's to the outside of the leader right now. The leader still is that 57 of Brett Karikoff. That'll put the 93, if he can get past Brett, that'll put him on the lead lap, but he's still technically in 10th position. Okay, the 37 is serving an iRacing penalty. That's why he ended up down on pit road. And that put him a lap down to the leaders. And 93, I'm still confused on his track positioning. Or the 001, better watch it. He came a little closer to Karikoff's front nose. The 93 of Dave Stinson has all kind of problems. There goes the 001 across the nose of Brett Karikoff. I have a kind of feeling that might be happening. That'll bring out the caution. Looks like it might have blown up his motor too, so we'll take another look at this. Wish this would go where it's supposed to, but it don't all the time. So as we're looking here, we'll go see if I can find a camera view that works. We see he's up in the middle groove. Karikoff's down there on the bottom side. And the 001 just comes down and comes across the nose of the 57. Not sure who's going to be declared at fault for that one. Wait for word from race control as the 001 is up and over on his lid. Looks like it's a blown motor from hitting the wall. If he can get it back around pit road, I don't know if he's used a quick repair or not. I know there's at least one in effect, so we'll see if he gets it back over there to get it fixed, or if he's already used it. We'll see. That'll put Eddie Cox out front as your leader. Brett Karikoff there in second is what the scoring shows now. As you can see, David Mullen there in the 001 sitting on pit lane. You got a few trucks coming down pit lane right now. Brandon Cox, Buffalo Bill Shermitz, Mark Brewster, and Stephen Windemek all come through the pits to freshen up their trucks. So unfortunately, I don't know the 001 is who's going to be declared at fault for that incident there that we watched, as he did come down across the nose of Brett Karakoff. Looking there at the 00 of Matthew Karakoff. As he's slowing up, not sure. So there, we'll take a look at the lap time. As we're under caution, we'll go and take one quick word here from White King Coffee.
Providing a great cup of coffee and a better life for the blind and disabled. White King Coffee, because every cup makes a difference.
Getting a let's go for 22 and 69. That is going to be the 69 of Todd Danbury, who is currently in third. And the 22 of Mark Brewster, he's back to pack just a little ways. 69 sitting in a pretty good position, currently sitting in third, right behind Brett Karakoff at the moment. Hope I'm keeping everybody up to date on the details as best I can. That White King Coffee that you saw there in our small commercial, they have great tasting coffee. The lady of it, actually, the owner of the company, actually is blind herself, and they only hire the disabled. All their machines adequately help the disabled do their jobs in filling the bags. All their coffee bags have braille labels on them to enable the blind clients, so there's to be able to read what coffee they're getting and pouring for themselves. Definitely interesting to see all the work that they do up here for that. Glad to show my support for them. As looks like the pace truck's going to pull off, going to be a single file restart here. As we see the 51 of Eddie Cox in front, followed by the 57 of Brett Karakoff. As we get a good restart here. Coming into turn one, Karakoff is right on the bumper of Cox. Randy Schweitzer there in the 78. Not sure what happened to Danbury. He kind of got shuffled back during that start. As we get a check up there, and the 22 ends up getting in the back of the 17. They're coming into turn 3. I believe that was turn 3. No, that was turn 4. Okay. Getting a little antsy up here as we are under 10 laps to go. We're down to 8 laps to go here at Atlanta. Out front, the 51 goes high. The 57 goes low. Randy Schweitzer is going to follow Brandon Cox through. Or I'm not Brandon. Brett Karakoff. Coming to 7 laps to go. Karakoff out front. Seven laps to go. Going to be 6 to go this time. Eddie Cox on the outside trying to fight his way back. The 93 of Dave Steinson has made a reappearance up here in the top as we got trouble.
Caution,
I'll be the 72 of Stephen Weinbeck. We'll have to go back and take a look at that. And I'm not sure what happened to him here in the closing laps. Looks like he just gets loose up there on the top side. That or the two trucks come together. I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but the two trucks definitely come together. He ends up bouncing off of the 69 of Todd Danbury into the wall. It's 22, or no, that'd be the 21 possibly, picked him up and over. It was 21 of Brandon Cox that picked Weinbeck up and over. and sent him for a little ride there. As you see him skidding to a halt there on the apron. Not sure what happened here. Oh, he went back. Okay. Well, now we're back up front. Not sure who that was. Was that? Well, I think Barney might have got the wave for the lucky dog, but I'm not positive on that. We'll keep an eye on the scoreboard to find out. Brett Karakoff, or I'm sorry, Mark Karakoff, can't get the first names right. Matthew Karakoff is 1 lap, or it's 3 laps down, as you see going across the ticker there. Weinbeck is in the pits. Molman is in the pits. Ogden's out. Edwards out. Newton out. Kais is out, and Lapidus is out. Fortunately, Lapidus, is, from what I understand, is had some connection issues tonight, and the PC just did not want to cooperate. So, unfortunately, he was not able to make the grid. Dave Swift, can't wait for you to join us ourselves here as we keep continuously running here this evening. Brett Karakoff out front. Randy Schweitzer there in second. Looks like the 51 of Brandon Cox, or the 21 of Brandon Cox, is going to come down on the pit road. Try to get some repairs. Eddie Cox in the 51 up front in third currently. 93 of Dave Steinson is currently fourth. Definitely has a possibility of getting a podium from his position that he's in. Not sure. I wish I can get rid of racing incident between 69 and 72, no penalties. They're calling it 72 goes down and 69 comes up, so it was kind of a mutual thing. I wish I can get rid of this. I'm not seeing any way of doing so.
Green, green, green.
We are green once again. 51 or 57 is away, followed by the 78 of Schweitzer. Eddie Cox there in third. Dave Steinson in fourth. Those are your top four with 3 laps to go here at Atlanta. The 78's looking to the outside. Not sure if he's going to get any help. He does look to get help from the 51. As they now thought about 3 wide for a moment, but the 93 is going to stick down on the bottom side and help Karakoff out. Thinking that's going to be his best bet to try to get to the front. We got a Chevy and Toyota on the top side. We got 2 Fords on the bottom side. Andy Schweitzer there in the 78, still holding on to second. 2 laps to go. Going to be a close one for the finish on this one. As Eddie Cox definitely wants the win. Looking to the outside now to try to make it 3 wide. Not sure that's going to bode well for that outside lane, as the 93 is going to pull up side by side. And they connect. 73 does not save it. We're going to have green, white, checkered. Almost saves it, but does touch the outside wall. Unfortunately, that's going to put Randy Schweitzer towards the back. Well, here you see it coming for that white flag. We don't quite get there. And not sure what happened to the 78. he just kind of ends up going around and collecting better view here. Looks like come down, or the 93 come up. One of the two. Not sure exactly what went on there. Looks like he tried to come down. The 93 really didn't have anywhere to go. 78 saves it, but goes through the grass. 93 does a pretty good job of saving his also. Just ends up getting a little bit of right side damage from the wall. Don't look too terrible. Not sure if they'll put him back up in third or how this lineup will go. The 78's on pit road. Brandon Cox is on pit road. Todd Danbury there in the 69. Going to be in your 5th position. No, wait, he's coming up. Looks like he's going to be in 3rd, possibly. Dave Stein's in there in 4th. Or no, he's moving up to 3rd. So Todd Danbury looks like he's lined up 4th. Eddie Cox in 2nd, and Brett Karakoff still out front, leading more laps here. He was last week's winner, in position to possibly win again this week. But I have green-white checker once again. Not sure how many attempts we have. As laps are winding down, that's 57 of Brett Karakoff still out front. Eddie Cox there in 2nd. Dave Steinson 3rd. The lights are out on the pace truck. We'll be going green this time.
Green, green, green.
We are green flag. Brett Karakoff out front. Eddie Cox behind him. Dave Steinson there in 3rd. Damage to that 93. We'll see how well he does to keep it up there in the podium position. As we got Todd Danbury and Buffalo Bill there in 4th and 5th. Looking in. Not sure if there's damage to the front of that 69 or not. Might be slight damage to it, but they are catching the 93. Brett Karakoff out in front, Eddie Cox behind him. Eddie Cox definitely trying everything he can. Getting to the inside of Brett Karakoff through the tri-oval, forcing him up the track. Aggressive move there from the 51 to take the lead away from the 57. Brett Karakoff back to the bumper. Final lap, final corner. Who's going to come out on top as Karakoff comes out on the top side? They touch. Drag racing to the line. They really touch. And they're both into the wall. That's going to give Dave Steinson the win. It's showing Brett Karakoff comes across the line in 5th. What a crazy finish here this evening. As we're coming to the line, we have Brett Karakoff up here fighting with the 57. Or did I miss the checkered flag here, which is possible? As Eddie gets a wild ride to come across 4th, if I'm looking at this right, Brett Karakoff. We're going to take a look at the results, make sure that we got the right ones. And then we'll move on to our interviews. We'll see if we can get Dave, Todd, and Buffalo Bill into the booth here. Real quickly though, we're gonna look at our grid, our finishing lineup. There you see Dave Steinson in 1st, Todd Danbury in 2nd, Buffalo Bill in 3rd, Eddie Cox 4th, Mark Brewster in 5th, Brett Karakoff 6th, Brandon Cox 7th, Randy Schweitzer in 8th, Barney Sigmund in 9th, Matthew Karakoff rounding out your top 10. Finishing out the field is Stephen Weinbeck, David Moman, Ian Ogden, Chris Edwards, Randy Lapidus, Scott Keyes, and Michael Newton. That is how your ending files out here. We'll see if we can. We'll start off with a 3rd place finisher. See if he's in here anywhere. That'll be Buffalo Bill. I don't see Buffalo Bill here. Let's see if we got Todd in here. We got Todd. No, I don't see Todd here. And Dave just... Where'd Dave go? I just saw Dave and Dave went away. Oh, boy. Okay. So we'll go back up here to race control and get their input on the race this evening. All right. I'm Michael. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. I tried to get some of these drivers, but I don't see any of them in here.
Oh, I'm here now.
Dave Steins, I saw him for a moment, and then he looked like he headed out.
Yeah, no, I'm here now. I'm here, Figlet.
Oh, you're here, Dave?
Yeah, I'm here now.
Oh, hey, Dave. Crazy finish there.
I seen those two guys bumping and running and bumping each other going down the straightaway, and I thought, oh, this is not going to end well. So I purposely just laid back a little bit and just waited for it to wreck each other and tuck the win. I mean, it was an ugly win, but hey, a win's a win.
Oh, it wasn't ugly for you. I mean, might have been ugly for others, but you put
they were racing they were having a good battle there, but I think they just got just a little bit too over exuberant, but
a little rough.
I mean, it happens. Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful 93 machine you put there on Victory Lane this evening.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was yeah, I wanted to do something. I seen Barney had done something, and I seen that Mark Brewster had done something as well. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna have one too. So I threw that together, and then put both my uncles' names on there because they're both in the Royal Hamilton Light Infantry. They were the first 2 to sign up in Hamilton, so here in Hamilton, Ontario. So yeah, I was quite proud of that. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna put their names on there, and yeah, it worked out in the long run.
Yeah, it did. Definitely. Crazy finish for quite a few drivers a little farther back. Oh, these dang comments.
That would.
You definitely got luck there coming to the flag. If nothing else, you knew you were coming away with a 3rd place podium, but as hard as those guys are battling, you almost knew the inevitable was going to happen.
Yeah, like I say, I seen them bumping and grinding each other, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna back off just a little bit. That's why I looked in my mirror just to make sure that somebody wasn't gonna run me over, and I just all right, I'm just going to lay back just a little bit, see what happens. And it actually worked out pretty good. I'm quite glad that they stayed up against the wall so I could cut
Yeah.
underneath and take it. But hey, a win's a win.
It is. You got any sponsors you want to thank while you for your podium finish this evening?
Just the sponsors from the league there, Admin Box, and I can't remember what the name of the other one is. Well, they got you on there, of course. But other than that, yeah. Oh, thanks very much for Mike Newton for race control. He's doing a great job, and of course, you're doing a great job as well too. So thank you very much to both of you.
I appreciate bringing it to you. I almost forgot about it tonight, so I ended up coming a little late. I was busy eating dinner, and I had somebody mention, "Don't you have some? Are you going to be out at the PC tonight?" Oh crap! I'm supposed to be, so had to hurry up, finish my dinner, and get onto the PC. But it all worked out. We got everything where it was supposed to be. So
right on. Well, thank you very much,
Michael. You have any remaining words here this evening?
Yeah, he's down in the other chat room there.
Oh, he's going to do it. Okay.
All right, so have a good night, and I'll talk to you later, there, Flieger. Thank you very
you
much,
have a
man.
great night. Michael,
That's
you
the car
got it.
behind you made
Michael,
contact with your rear bumper, so I
Michael, you got a copy?
yes, sir.
All right. What's your thoughts on the finishing for this wild night?
Not bad racing. I mean, look, definitely a few more incidents this week. Some hard racing for sure. Looks like guys are getting a little bit more aggressive. So
I think with the drivers getting more comfortable around who they're being around, they're gonna start trying to pull more aggressive moves as the weeks go on, as they get more comfortable around one another.
absolutely, it's especially the incident at the end. I know they're I'm listening to the race chatter right now, and yeah, I know that there's a bunch of drivers are going at it with about that finish at the end there with the 57 and 51. Crazy finish at the end for sure.
They were battling hard. They both wanted the win, and unfortunately, took them both out of contention and put them back farther in the pack. I think they come flying, and I mean flying, across the line, 4th and 5th.
Man, it looks like 51 Eddie Koch was. I think he was he upside down over the line. I mean, I know he was barrel rolling over the start finish line.
Yeah,
So that was pretty cool. And then
yeah. He
it
was,
looked like the winner of the race actually finished backwards.
no, he was going straight. They finished straight.
Was it or it was a 69 to finish second. He was it looked like he was backwards.
Yeah, he got no sooner got across the line and was backwards.
Man, yeah, definitely wild finish tonight. That was
So it
pretty
sounds
cool.
like
But
you got some disgruntled drivers. You got to try to calm down a little bit.
yeah, definitely reviewing a couple things, a couple incidents. Like I said, the whole incident at the end, to try and figure out how they're gonna call that. I know the 51's pretty upset. He was looking for the win tonight. So I mean, unfortunately, timing and scoring you can't change. So it's not like we can hand him the win. But so yeah, I mean he's got a reason to be upset. But I mean at the same time, it's racing. So I mean
they
he's
were
got to
both bumping
understand
back and
things
forth,
happen.
so it almost looked mutual to me. But I'm not on the track, so I can't fully say.
Yeah, it looks like after reviewing it, I can't speak tonight. The 57 definitely came down a little bit. He turned left down into the quarter panel of the 51. It looked like maybe he was trying to just rough him up a little bit and try and beat him to the line, but unfortunately, it was just a little too aggressive a move. Netco took over as well and put them both in the wall.
Yeah, that's the one thing. I know in real life you can kind of bump them trucks side by side coming to the line like that. Unfortunately, iRacing, they don't always like that, and the net code comes into play.
It seems like the net code has been really bad in the trucks lately. It seems like not so much all the other divisions, but for some reason the trucks still have quite a bit of net code still, especially when they're door banging each other. For some reason, we've seen that tonight as well. When they get together, door to door, for some reason it sends the trucks flying. So I mean, iRacing's definitely got a little bit of work to do with that.
Yeah, they're not the worst I've seen though. I mean, I think the worst I've seen has been in the asphalt modifieds.
Asphalt modifieds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be, I don't know, 10 feet from the car and be sent into the air.
Yeah, absolutely. And those are my favorite cars to run. I used to run those almost 3 or 4 times a week in different leagues, and I actually haven't ran a modified in a little bit lately. So I haven't really seen the net code if it's gotten worse or better, but yeah, definitely. I mean, the physics for the modified definitely needs some adjustment. For instance, like, they have the big Nerf bars in the front. In real life, you can use those up like crazy. You could put the bumper right to the back bumper of somebody and beat and bane. But in iRacing, if you use that front bumper and you put it to the back bumper of the guy in front of you, you're instantly putting him in the wall and turning him. So the physics are definitely a little
you see that with the trucks too. If you don't get lined up just right, you end up sending them sideways where you don't mean to be. So.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Other than that, I mean, like I said, pretty good racing tonight. Some hard racing. Again, it was good to see a lot of the paint schemes tonight. Honoring our veterans and
most definitely.
A lot of these guys, like I said, veterans themselves, and honoring some good causes. I know we were talking about Mission 22. It looks like we got a couple guys that are running some charity stuff for veterans on there. So glad to see these guys supporting our veterans and happy Veterans Day to all of our heroes out there, men and women, and hopefully tomorrow they get to spend a day with their families and have a good one. And to all those serving out there currently, we appreciate your services and doing everything you're doing to keep us free and safe over here.
Most definitely. And appreciate you taking the time to talk with us there, Michael. And we'll be back here next week. I'm not sure what track we are at, though. Where are we at next week there, Michael?
Let's take a look here. Let's see. Let's go to our schedule. Looks like... Give me a second here while I pull it up. All right, so we're at Atlanta tonight. November 17th, Richmond for 60 laps.
Okay. So we're at Richmond. I enjoy Richmond. So that'll be a fun race to watch the trucks at.
I'm gonna enjoy the race after that. The next race after Richmond is Bristol for 100 laps. So that's gonna be a real fun one. I know nobody's gonna want to miss that one.
No. And is that Thanksgiving night or is that a week after Thanksgiving?
November 24th. So that might be Thanksgiving night.
Okay.
So a little turkey brawl to end the night there.
Okay. So there you have it tonight, folks. I hope you enjoyed the stream. We're going to end up signing off now. Last word here. We're going to give a shout out to Lions International and their Kids Site program.
Sight is one of the huge things that impacts a child's learning. And if you can step in at a young age, you can change that child's life forever.
My husband, Gene, and I go in and screen 4 and 5 days a week. If we find one child that we can help, we feel like we've done a successful screening.
Put your hand up, just see it. There you go. We screened a little boy. He could not see the milk on his tray. We got him glasses, and his mama said I cried. But I did not know that that child could not see.
I could see with my glasses on. My son was 3.5 when the Lions Club screened his eyes. We discovered that my son had amblyopia.
It's typically caused by the two eyes getting abnormal and unequal input into the brain. The parents can't tell that because the child functions normally with the dominant eye.
A circle.
Very good. We started with the process of his treatment in the form of him wearing a patch so that the weak eye would be forced to work.
The devices we use today are easy to use. You can do very simple training.
And you get those green circles.
To get lions out in the field doing the screenings.
Gavin, can you look right at the front of that camera? Screening the children is fairly simple. Within 30 seconds of taking an image, we can determine if the child is referred for further testing or has passed the screening.
What really made this possible is the development of technologies that allowed the detection of risk factors for problems that cause vision loss in children.
The camera checks for 13, 14 different issues with the eye. And it brings up astigmatism, amblyopia. There's a number of issues that come up.
One of the great things is the follow-up, to really make sure that the children are being seen by a professional to get those vision problems corrected.
The biggest way that this has now grown is that the pediatricians recognize that this technology works.
Looks good.
Every referral is a success story in my mind because we found somebody that needs some help.
Lions screened over 500 kids today. How many people can say that? How rewarding that is to know that you've served your community in that manner. You don't get paybacks like that very often.
Avery's on the brink of turning 16. He's a very bright young man, and he is a very good athlete, and we attribute all these things that he's able to do now because his vision has been saved through the Lions. We all have a story as to why we joined the Lions Club, and for me, my story is personal. The Lions Club saved my son's vision.